But I also want to say that the two drugs which have arguably caused me the greatest personal harm are two legal drugs: alcohol and tobacco. Everybody, I'm sure, in this House knows about the link between tobacco consumption and lung cancer, and many may also know about the link between alcohol consumption and liver cancer. But it was not until I was diagnosed with breast cancer that I learned the causal links between alcohol consumption and other cancers. And during the time that I was being treated, I was contacted by a publican about the new NICE guidelines about alcohol consumption, and he was claiming that they were biased and in favour of teetotalism, and he stated that he was very angry about this and said that that was an unnecessary and unwelcome bias because the guidelines said, and I quote, that there is no safe level of alcohol consumption. So, Mr Deputy Speaker, I read the guidelines, I read all of the research review papers. I was on sick leave, so I had time to do this, and I read these research review papers which inform those guidelines, and I came to the carefully considered conclusion that the guidelines were both accurate and helpful. It was helpful to me personally to know that there is no safe level of alcohol consumption. Reading those papers helped to convince me that abstemiousness, as far as I could possibly manage it, that I'd fallen into during chemotherapy, was something that I wished to keep for the sake of my own health after treatment ended. But this was all news to me. I did not know until I had breast cancer that alcohol was so closely linked. And I've realised since then how many other people are not aware of the wide, many and varied risks that are associated with alcohol, a completely legal drug, available, Mr Deputy Speaker, on these very premises. No doubt somebody somewhere is in the process of consuming that legal drug right now. So at the risk of sounding like Nana from the royal family, with the exception of a very small glass of bubbly at weddings and maybe a sweet sherry at Christmas, I have stuck to my non-consumption of alcohol, and I have to say I feel all the better for it. Now, I think that's a good example of how providing accurate information about a drug informs someone's decision-making. Yeah. And as alcohol is, in fact, at the top end of the most harmful substances, more harmful than heroin, in fact, both to others and to the user. But if I fall off my alcohol-free wagon, I do at least know that if I go into a shop or a pub and I buy some alcohol, that it will not have been cut with something much more poisonous. I know that I am not risking my job by breaking the law, and I also know that there will be a way of picking me up afterwards if that dropping off the wagon causes me some problems. The regulatory, information and licensing systems for alcohol help to provide a great template, I believe, for reforming the law on other drugs.